Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Megan Fox, a national journalist.
Mastodon. I will never be able to say that out loud.
It feels like the Flintstones live there.
It does.
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your last. That's what they brought. We're going to have to bring back chaperones.
Jesus, no.
Just careful. Stop! Break! Ooh. Hard right.
How did you screw up a stove, Megan? You're a woman. I thought that was baked into you, like at the genetic level, how to operate kitchen equipment.
And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you.
You get Dino hanging out outside chewing on a large bone. I highly recommend being targeted by the New York Times and Rolling Stone for weight loss. And I'd say, keep it coming. I need to lose 20 more. Please, keep it coming.
Explain to me, Megan, why did this country not have a holiday once a year? That's the time you vote. If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. You don't get another chance. You don't get, I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake, crawl there. But that's it, 1 day, 12 hours, and then you're done. And you count them that day, and that night you know who the hell won.
I will eat you alive. You want to tangle? You want to go?
The only thing going through my head is, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil.
He wants that.
Oh, God. Gross! Oh! All right. Penalty box for Slug. Yep.
Of a mile.
Are you ready to behave yourself now, Slug?
This frustrating rep.
Are you ready to behave yourself? Repossessed puppies. I'm hiding pork chop. ASAP. Have you seen his little pork chop? Oh my God, pork chop is the cutest.
That sounds bad.
Have you seen it? Pork. It's pork.
Though you may be tempted, do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency.
All the best.
All the best. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's trial coverage, day 7. I'm going to get angry, as Flux would say. We are watching the Timms trial. We're watching the Timms trial. We are watching child abuse pediatrician, what's her name? Verena Brown, part 3. The one with the resting bitch face that is unparalleled. It really is. I mean, it's almost as good as Harbin Pickett's, but what's great about her resting bitch face is that it's also like resting Xanax face, which we find funny. All right, I have a new bingo card. It is pinned to the top of the chat. Joining me today is Jennifer Williams. You are the power. She is representing You Are the Power here. I did drop Spike Cohen a link to the show, by the way, because I forgot to invite him the other couple of weeks or whatever we were doing this. So I did drop him a link in case he wants to drop by today. Dr. Corcoran has a link as well. And House of Flux is here. I hear that you got a very special gift from one of my our very special listeners from D. What did you get, Flux? Show us, please.
I got this.
Oh,
look at how beautiful that is.
I love it so much.
Oh, I cried. I cried when I opened it. It is so beautiful. I'm like, oh,
I know.
look at that.
Isn't it great?
Sparkly
I helped
and
pick out the
pretty.
picture.
Oh, see, and I was telling you the other day the story behind this picture,
Uh-huh.
and it's just It's such a great memory that I'm so happy with it. I love it so much.
I knew you would. I knew you would. I was excited to see you open it. I still haven't seen you open it. Did you do it on stream?
I did at the end. So my stream 2 days ago, so that would have been, what's today? Today's Thursday. So it was Tuesday at the very end of my stream because on my channel, I've been playing this video game for a long time and I've had this 100-day challenge. Well, on the day that I completed the 100-day challenge, I also got...
that arrived?
Yes. So it was like a big celebration and it was really awesome. I opened it at the end of that stream and it was perfect.
Well, Dee is so talented and I love having her in the audience, and she made both of mine. She did this one of Jeff's avatar and then my avatar that she did also. So I really appreciate Dee. She's so creative, and she reached out to me and she was like, I really want to make one of these for Flux. Which one should I use? And do you think she would like it? I'm like it? She's going to love it. She'll cherish it forever.
Yeah, it's going to go. I'm going to take this picture. I'm going to frame this picture. This is me, Jeff, and Hayden. And I'm going to put it right back here. And then this one is going to go right here. So that's going
to be great. All right, guys, click on your bingo cards and generate. We've got a couple of new squares today. Let's go over what we're looking for. Obviously, you can check off that free space. We've got overruled, get squunched, hair talk, blink rate anomaly, prosecutor earns Megan's hate, court reporter stink eye, river dancing. That's a new one. River dancing. There could be river dancing. You never know. Ceiling cats. Ceiling cats is a new square. Flux hates prosecutor. Evasive answers. Frenulum adjacent. That would be Dr. Corcoran's edition. The C word. Sidebar. Defensive body language. Conflicting testimony. Oh, what a bitch. Meg's blood pressure meds stop working. Oh, shoot. I need to take them. I didn't take them yet. Megan snorts, drunker high witness, sex scandal face, state lies, the simulation does not disappoint, dumpster moment, and bendy baby syndrome. All right. Bendy baby.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a bendy baby in a bassinet? All right, let's see. Where are we at? We are at, I got to find the YouTube, the UB tubes. Where are the UB tubes that I was watching? I was just watching this renovation of a schoolhouse in like a huge school building into a home on YouTube. What a great idea. They got it for $175,000, a giant schoolhouse, a brick one.
That old brick one?
Yeah.
I've seen
Have you seen that?
On that piece of property that it's
yes.
Just oh, it makes me want to do that stuff.
I know. It's like when people take old church buildings and turn them into houses. What a great idea. They got such a deal on it. $175,000? What?
And it was
crazy.
Like 80 rooms.
I know. It's just crazy. Of course, I don't know what I would do with all that space. Like, how do you put furniture in all that space? What do you even do with it?
I think they had like 4 kids, so each kid gets a room. Then you have an art room, a playroom, a rumpus room.
True.
A dining room, a living room.
But I mean, like, how do you get the furniture for all of that? It's just a yeah. All right, let's see. So where did we left off when Catherine Bernard was cross-examining Dr. Verena Brown. Make sure the closed captions are on. Okay. And she was whining about not being able to see the records because allegedly Carrie, she didn't have permission to see Carrie's records, so she couldn't possibly have asked for them or anything. So that's where we're at. All right. Here we go. Oh, don't forget, super tips. They are pinned to the top of the chat. supertip.gg/Megan Fox. That's a fun way to support the show with AI voices, and also super chats are welcome. And don't forget, in the description of the YouTube stream, we have the GoFundMe for Carrie and Brady Timms. And if we hit the goal of the GoFundMe during our trial coverage, we are all going to put on a sparkly prom dress and go river dancing for you. So you're going to want to see that. So make sure that you support that. That endeavor. Okay, let's see. We actually have a super tip from Nick Starro to start out the day.
2 days in a row with Pot Lady on the stand. This week got instantly better.
Oh no, Nick, you missed day 1. This is day 3. We're doing part 3 of this
already.
She had a 3-hour testimony, so we had to split it into 3 days because I can't get very far without interjecting my thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts, folks. Lots and lots of thoughts. All right, here we go.
Okay. All right. And if I could, going back to the question of the pre-notification, are you involved in making that determination of when the parents can be given or denied access to information about their child once their child is admitted to Children's Hospital?
No.
Okay. And when I asked you about that earlier, you asked if I could reference the particular part of the record. Your Honor, if I may approach the witness.
Certainly.
And I'm just.
Coughing in the courtroom.
That's not on the bingo card anymore.
Oh, damn it.
I took it all.
And I think you already answered that you are not a part of the decision to deny medical information to the parents.
That's correct.
Okay. Who is responsible for that determination of when the parents are to be denied medical information about their child?
Defax. The hospital has absolutely no right to do any of that.
Okay. But the hospital
I don't
will
believe
carry out the decision of Defax.
We have to, by law.
Okay. Well, I understand you have to by law if you've got an order from a judge, that Defax has gone to a judge and gotten an order, right?
Yes, and I believe we also have safety plans and paperwork from Defax that they send to us as well.
Okay. Well, so I guess what I'm asking is, does this mean that there was a judge who signed off on an order to deny medical information to the parents of Jameson Timms, or just someone who works for Defax at the hospital made that determination?
That would be a good question for Defax.
Okay.
Okay, so this is another day. Ooh, we get to see people wearing new clothes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Ooh, new
Today
judgment.
it's Monday. It is March the 24th of 2025. And we are back today with our case that we've been trying, the state of Georgia versus Brady Timms and Carrie Timms, case number 24-35261. Before we get started today and get the, ladies and gentlemen, the jury brought back in, I have a couple of housekeeping matters I need to go over with. I'm going to say this for purposes of the record. This court received an application pursuant to Rule 22 prior to the trial, to the start of the trial of this case. The court approved that application and provided copies of that signed Rule 22 to counsel for both sides. No written objections were filed to that Rule 22 by either side. There was an oral objection made in court.
What's Rule 22? What am I missing?
Jed Kicker being in there with his camera.
Oh, I see. Now they're upset. They're upset. They're upset after they realize they're losing their ass in court, right? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it was probably Verena Brown, honestly, that put in the complaint.
Oh my God.
By
Oh
the
my
state,
God.
want evidence
it
of her
was,
being high just out for the public to see.
concurred
Right.
with, I
Yeah.
guess, for lack of a better word, by counsel for defendant Brady Timms, and counsel for defendant Carrie Timms just took no position
This is a classic, the toothpaste is out of the tube argument. Like, you can't have a camera in court for 2 days and suddenly kick them out on day 3. Like, nope, you're done. You had a chance to object.
And look at her face. She's like, she's not having it. So whatever the complaint is, she's really annoyed. So
Yeah, she's pissed.
you could probably put down if it's on today's.
It's not on there. I didn't get
man.
it's not on the bingo card today.
Concerning
I
the
had
filming,
no idea.
the audio and video recording of the child witness. And that was discussed and addressed at that time. And Mr. Kicker, who was the applicant, complied with that request. My understanding is that numerous witnesses through private counsel, not counsel in this courtroom, through private counsel have made objections, not objections, because that's to me a legal word. They've complained about the filming of their clients.
Yeah, that's Verena Brown.
Again, no
That's 'cause
written
they saw what happened
objections
in
were
the
filed
Maya
with this
Falsky
court.
case.
We had previous meetings about Rule 22. We had representatives from the requestor of Rule 22. They came to pretrial proceedings. They met with Gordon County's IT staff prior to the start of the trial. They've complied with every request that the court has made. There have been no violations of that rule pursuant to the application. I want that noted on the record. Dr. Brown, if you would step back around to the witness stand.
Oh, here she comes.
And
She's
Dr.
walking
Brown, you
smoother.
took the witness oath when
Yeah.
we were last
Walking
here.
a little
But just,
faster.
out of abundance of caution, since so many days have passed, if you'll raise your right hand again, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court, no matter now pending, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please have a seat. And when we stopped on Wednesday, I think Mr. Hood had completed his cross-examination. Ms. Bernard, you were ready to begin with yours.
And I had already begun.
Well, or continue, let me rephrase it, continuing with yours.
Well, her eyes are still slits.
Not take up.
Is that just naturally how they
Good
are?
morning, Dr. Brown.
Good morning.
Oh, she at least said good morning,
And-
though. That's nice.
Picking up where we left off about a week and a half ago. I did bring
Yeah, she's definitely the one who complained.
Certainly, Ms. Bernard.
I'm going to have some questions about these records, so.
Sure.
She's like, oh crap.
Oh, yes.
Hair toss.
Play with your hair. Play with your hair.
So when we left off about a week and a half ago, we were talking about some of the medical records of Jameson Timms at CHOA. But I did want to ask a few questions about your role regarding Jameson's care. Were you his treating physician?
No, I was a consulting physician.
Okay, and can you tell me, so what
I
is
think
the
you're right.
role
She is
of
wearing a t-shirt
consulting
under her
physician
blouses.
with regard to diagnosis
Oh,
and care
yeah,
for
she
Jameson
does.
Timms?
Sure.
I think you're right.
In any patient. So you have the treating team. They're the ones that they are admitting the patient to the floor. They're the ones that take daily care of the patient. A consulting team, and that can be, the child abuse team, that could be any kind of team,
All right.
is the one.
Her eye is worse today than it was before.
But-
The droopy eye. She has
That
like this.
is her lazy eye, but her eyes are staying open longer.
Longer.
Not only that, instantly there's no
Cotton
dry
mouth.
mouth.
Yes.
Dry
There's no dry
mouth.
mouth.
Yeah, we're not hearing
Mhm.
That is tangentially taking care of the patient. They come in for a very specific reason.
Okay, so who was responsible for the treatment and care of Jameson Timms from a physician perspective when he arrived with his parents at Children's Hospital of Atlanta?
So he was admitted to the hospitalist team. I believe the attending was Dr. Zanaya Fleming.
Ceiling
At least
cats.
she was one of them
Definitely
at the
she's
time.
been staring at the ceiling cats.
Okay,
though.
so would Dr.
Stealing
Fleming
cats.
then, would she be the one kind of responsible for all of Jameson's care and treatment and diagnosis?
So she would be the one taking care of the daily ins and outs of Jameson's care and coordinating all the different consulting teams.
So if there are questions about kind of his overall care and treatment, that would you know all of those as the consulting physician, or might there be information that you do not have about Jameson Timms?
So the big picture questions, I would probably know those things, but like the little things as far as, maybe, for example, how much did he have wet diapers overnight? Those little details I might not know.
Okay. Well, just in terms of recommended care and diagnoses, is that something that you would be responsible for as a consulting physician, or would that be something Dr. Fleming or somebody else was responsible for?
It depends. So specifically, I would be responsible for anything pertaining to injury care, recommendations that we made as a team, any lab work that we would have recommended. But not necessarily if there's other consulting teams that recommended other things.
Okay. Were there any other consulting teams working on Jameson Timms' case?
Ceiling cats again.
Other than
That's a
radiology
big
that had seen him.
Oh, that one's dancing for a minute.
Well,
I don't believe so. And they had come to radiology, but no, they were not, taking care of him now.
And radiology, Dr. Dixon, she never actually met and looked at Jameson Timms, right?
Correct. Just his films.
And you, the first time you met with and looked at Jameson Timms was the afternoon of January 14th, right?
That's right.
Okay. But that is not when you started working on the case, right? You started working on Jameson Timms' case earlier on January 13th, correct?
And let me ask you something, doctor. Was this before or after the alleged river dance? Was this before or after? Were you working on Jameson Timms' case before you walked into a creek wearing a Goodwill dime store prom dress? Just, God, I would have loved it if they had brought this up as an exhibit. Exhibit A. Could you explain to me
what's going on here?
What is going on here, doctor? What is,
ma'am?
Is this you in the creek in a prom dress?
Not know the appropriate type of swimwear? Can you not even discern that?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Sean, that is her. Yes. This is her TikTok called Sentient Anatomy.
I'm having
with
like
Dr. V.
anxiety about Carrie's fundraiser getting to the goal. I'm like, I want it to so bad, but I'm having.
And if you want to see us in a dime store prom dress, waltzing around, river dancing, you're gonna have to get that fundraiser going.
I'm not gonna lie, I've already planned mine out in my brain. I have the music set, I have the dance choreographed, and I'm gonna get this on the day that my sister-in-law gets married, because I'll be all nice and
perfect. Where is the EPA when you need them? Ma'am, you're polluting the waters. Can you please get that plastic dress out of the water?
Can we do like a instead of, I forget the music that's being played here, but since you brought that up, Flux, I want like a Breaking Benjamin, I Will Not Bow kind of song going on in mine. I don't want to do this.
Listen, just keep in mind you can't do any music that we can't play on YouTube.
Dang it.
No, see, I was just going to have Suno do me write an all instrumental polka song.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That Suno AI music works.
Some hard rock where I'm like slinging mud and hitting things. Like, I can't do what she's doing, guys. It'll be horrible.
You may now check off river dancing. We have done the river dancing portion of today's stream. And we will now return to the
Did you
trial.
see Carrie's email, Megan, to you and I this morning? She said,
I did not.
Someone donated $500 last night. They must really want to see the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" reenactment.
That is excellent news.
Yeah.
Keep it coming. We need to get those donations up because, you do want to see that. You want to see it. You do. You want to see this epic video we are planning for you where we are going to be waltzing around in a stream in a prom dress. Come on now. You want that. I know you do. You want that. Just like Dr. Verena Brown. And then I'm going to put it on Instagram. I'm going to tag her in it.
Awesome.
No, you have to tag the sentient anatomy.
Sentient anatomy. Did you guys know that your body can feel things? Were you aware? Dr. Verena Brown taught us that.
Ooh.
The human body can sense and feel things. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that, but lurker roll call, by the way, because YouTube is asshole and they're not counting lurkers as views. Please do check in with us in the chat, even once. Just once is enough. Just let us know that you're here. Lurker roll call. Who's here in the roll call for the lurkers? Please do drop anything in the chat, a smiley face, whatever, and then be counted. Stand up and be counted, lurkers.
Dr. Carla Garcia, that's right.
Okay. And so when you say you heard about him, is that you were brought in to be a consulting physician on his team, or what do you mean by that?
So as I had mentioned before, Dr. Garcia had given me a call because I was the on-call physician on the 13th as well. I was not sure on the 13th whether I was going to be the attending physician or the attending consultant physician for Jameson Timms when he arrived, because I wasn't sure when he was going to arrive. So had he come in on a different day, it could have been one of my partners.
Okay. But so you started working on the case when Dr. Garcia called you on January 13th, right?
I guess clarify, what do you mean by working on the case?
And that's what I'm, hoping to clarify with you and the ladies and gentlemen of the jury is, we've got Brady and Carrie Timms who are told, take your child to Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to figure out who is responsible for diagnosing and treating Jameson Timms.
Okay, so I was the one that when he arrived to CHOA, I was also the one that saw him as a child abuse pediatrician. So I was the consultant that ultimately diagnosed him as being a victim of child abuse.
Okay, but you didn't do that until January 18th, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm hoping we can talk about today is your actions and the actions of other physicians and staff at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta on January 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Okay.
So when you say you began working on the case, when did you begin working on, when would you characterize it as, I began working on the case of Jameson Timms?
So I would say that I actually began on the 14th.
Okay. So this is probably a good time for us to go through
Okay.
Jameson's medical records. So I've got you a copy over there as well.
Mhm.
And so if we can start on page 1, does this look familiar to you as a copy of medical records produced by Children's Healthcare of Atlanta where you work?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And
Wait.
so on the very first
I
page,
just thought of
on the
something.
admissions,
I just thought of something. If she characterizes when she began working on the case as on January 14th, it took her 4 days, all of 4 days, to accuse these people of child abuse. Only 4 days. What kind of medical investigation can you get done in 4 days? You can't get lab results back. You can't even usually get an MRI scheduled in 4 days.
Right.
What can you do in 4 days to determine beyond, a doubt that this child is nothing? You can do nothing you can't do anything in 4 days.
And it's like a setup because she did start working on this on the 13th. I mean, she had a call about Jameson Timms before Jameson Timms showed up to this hospital. And that's what Catherine's doing. It's very redundant and probably, I don't know what was going on in the jury's head, but for me, I was loving it because she was just harping on this. It's like Brown either didn't get it or was really good at playing stupid. and I don't know which it is.
Did she forget that the phone call was on the 13th?
I think she does this so much, Megan, because she bragged about testifying over 200 times. I do not think they are used to an attorney questioning them the way that Catherine and Jason had questioned them. I don't think they're used to this. They're used to just doing whatever they want, however they want. They go before a judge and everything goes in their favor. So I think it's messing with her mind to be like, what day did I start? Like, she's not used to this.
Right. And maybe she doesn't catch the significance of it either.
Right, exactly.
January 13th, 2022, we've got a diagnosis of suspected child physical abuse, right?
Yes.
Did you have anything to do with that diagnosis being entered into the chart on January 13th, 2022?
No.
Okay, so you had nothing to do with that.
No, he came through the ED and they have to put in a diagnosis. And oftentimes that's one of the things that the ED will have to do.
They'll just throw
Now,
in
if this was put in on the
suspected child
13th, then no, because I would not have put in this diagnosis on the 13th. But I actually don't see a date of when this was put in.
So you're telling me that the emergency department
And then under final diagnoses.
Oh, you know what? Actually, so, and to correct, if this is put in on the 15th. Yeah, no, never mind. I actually don't see when the date was put in on this.
Okay. And then so under final diagnoses, and this is under discharge date and time of January 15th, 2022 at 12:43 p.m., right?
Yes.
So under final diagnoses, child physical abuse suspected.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've also got family history of diseases of the blood and blood-forming organs and certain disorders involving the immune mechanism.
Yes, I see that.
Okay. Were you responsible for making that diagnosis about a family history of diseases involving the blood and blood-forming organs?
No.
Okay. Do you know who was responsible for that?
No.
People don't sign these things?
It's unbelievable.
All right. So if we can go down to over to page 3. And this is under admissions information that is reviewed on January 13th, 2022 at 10:40 p.m., right?
Where do you see that? Oh, yep.
At the top right corner.
Yes, I see that.
Okay. And so you've got a problem list that includes closed fracture of multiple ribs of left side with routine healing and non-accidental traumatic injury to child, right?
That's right.
And this is dated January 14th, 2022 and reviewed January 13th, 2022.
Oh, I just thought of a great bingo square I should have put on there.
Grabbing the microphone?
No, didn't do nothing. This is the didn't do nothing part of the testimony. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody did nothing. Damn it. Tomorrow that's going on.
Oh, what about
the
microphone grab? That's driving me.
Mic grab.
Gosh.
Why does she keep doing that?
She's nervous. She's antsy.
You know why? It's because she doesn't have the mouth noises to
She's
annoy
sober
us
now.
today. She's sober,
Yeah.
but she still needs to be annoying. She has she has an urge to be annoying.
If this is a correct statement of what is present in the CHOA medical records for Jameson Timms.
That's what I see, yes.
Okay. So who made that diagnosis on either January 13th or 14th?
I mean, according to this, and I'm just reading from the record, it says entered by Zanaya Fleming.
Okay. So
who's she?
Is that something
She
that
was
you
the
would have consulted with Dr.
physician.
Fleming?
The treating physician in the ER?
Yeah, during Jameson's time there, but she doesn't get called to this trial.
I wonder why.
The state did not call her.
Hang on.
We would have spoken.
Okay. But your testimony is still, you did not make a diagnosis of non-accidental traumatic injury to a child until January 18th?
That was my final diagnosis on the 18th.
Okay. But I just want to check. You're still telling us that you did not make this diagnosis on January 13th or January 14th.
Well, as I actually
Quit
said
touching
before,
the
if you look at my
microphone.
preliminary note, it does say on my preliminary note that this
She
was
just
most
needs to
consistent
answer
with.
yes
So
or
clearly
no.
on the 14th,
Yeah,
I was
monologue.
extremely concerned about.
Evasive answers. Please go to your bingo cards, find evasive answers, and check that off because I've had enough of this.
And thought that this was most consistent with abuse. My final diagnosis of diagnostic with abuse was on the 18th.
Okay. Well, so I guess what does it mean to make a diagnosis?
Kimmy says, can we just call what a bitch too? Yes. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Because my God, what a bitch.
What a bitch.
This is what you're saying that the condition is.
Okay. And so you're being offered as an expert witness by the state for the conclusion that Jameson Timms was a victim of child abuse, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And so your expertise is as a pediatrician, as a medical doctor, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Can you please clearly tell us when you made this diagnosis?
All right. So when Jameson came in and I saw him on the 14th, as I previously mentioned, by the
the
time
mouth
that
noises
we
are
had finished
bad. I heard
talking,
it.
we had ruled out most things
getting
from the
nervous.
historical perspective. My conclusion was that everything was most consistent with child physical abuse.
So would you say you made the diagnosis on January 14th?
On the 14th.
I would
Yes.
say that by January 14th, I was, 99% sure that this was what it was.
99%.
Point cent?
Did she say
Point
point
cent.
one? 91.1?
She said point cent.
Point cent. Wait.
She said point cent.
By January 14th, I was, 99% sure that this was what it was. Yes.
Point cent.
Maybe she wasn't
By the
sober.
18th.
Maybe I was wrong.
I'm
I was able to
99
definitively sign my.
point cent variable that she doesn't understand half of
Variable.
the squunching shit that's going on.
Reliable.
99% variable.
Oh my God.
Get squunched.
These are
Ugh.
spurts.
Yeah.
Yes. These are I think Flux hates the witness, but that's not on the bingo card.
It should be.
I
I
hate
think
her. And I
think we
hate
can
the
check off.
state.
I hate the state. Oh, wait. You hate the state? Well, then we can
I
check
hate
off
the
Flux.
state
Flux
for
hates
wasting
prosecutor.
taxpayer money on this bimbo.
I know.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm.
I agree.
a final note and call it diagnostic, By the 18th, I was able to definitively sign my final note and call it diagnostic.
Okay. And then if we can move over to page 8, please. And then at the bottom of the page, reason for under health history on January 13th, reason for hospitalization, evaluation for non-accidental trauma. Was that something that you had anything to do with putting into the record?
Where do you see that?
It's at the bottom of page 8 under row name, reason for hospitalization.
This is page 13, you said?
I'm sorry, it's page 8.
Page 8, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I got a lot of stickers in there to mark all the pages.
Follow the stickers, Verena.
I did not enter this, no.
Okay. And did you have anything to do with entering it?
I had nothing to do with entering it.
Okay.
I didn't do
All right, and if
nothing.
we could move over to page 10. At the bottom of the page, does it reflect blood pressure out of range for Jameson Timms?
You said page 10.
Yes. And it should be the next sticker if that's easier to get to.
Good Lord. Look at the look that Catherine just gave. Who is she looking at?
I didn't
Who is
see
she
it.
Sticker, if that's
Look, watch
easier
Catherine's
to
face.
Get to.
Somewhere in the gallery. Maybe me.
Just
She's like, you believe this?
My
that's
favorite,
the
though,
next sticker if it helps.
is so often, and Jeb did a good job when he would pull out and see everything is when she would look at the jury. Like, it was just so amazing to watch her look at the jury and just be like, are you guys getting this?
Are you getting this?
So
You're putting what I'm laying.
entertaining.
You're
It was
getting
so
what I'm laying down. Holy cow! I mean, this woman, she is such a bad witness.
Look at her.
If this is her sober, she's still a terrible witness. By the way, I still caught some very long, eye closed moments. I'm not convinced
You're
that
not
she's not
this
medicated.
She didn't have a driver this day, though. Isn't that weird? Like the person who drove her did not come back this day.
Not that I'm an expert in this, because I'm absolutely not at all. However, what I would imagine is the first day she was on a couple different things. She seemed like she might have mixed. Today, this is just kind of maybe a downer because she's not dealing with the dry mouth and the slurred words. Like her speech pattern is a lot better today.
And
however,
she walked without holding on to anything.
Yeah. However, she still seems to be not 100. What was it? 99 pi cent
point cent.
She's 99 point cent under the influence of something.
I
don't know what it is.
All right, I think
it's not what it was the first time, and it's less than, but it is something.
I think we can check off drunk or high witness because we have concerns. We have questions and concerns. We're 99% sure that this witness is on something.
The pressure out of range. Now we're coming here.
She cut back the dose.
He was crying with vitals.
Oh God. Yeah, maybe she's still not. Well, no, it was several days. It wasn't the day previous. There were several days between testimony.
Yeah.
So
was that finding something that you were aware of and took into consideration in your diagnosis and treatment of Jameson Timms?
No, he was crying at the time, so it makes sense that his blood pressure would have been out of range.
Okay. All right, if we could move over to page 12, please.
Poor baby.
And about midway down the page under parent caregiver involvement, is there a note from 11:22 p.m. on January 13th, parent caregiver at bedside, attentive, engaged?
You said page 12?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And that was also your observation the next day when you came and met with Jameson Timms and his parents for the first and only time. You also observed them both to be at the bedside and attentive and engaged, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now,
definitely all signs that point towards abuse.
Our next sticker is at page 24. And at the bottom of the page, under referral data from January 13th, alleged physical abuse, child protection. Did you have any involvement in placing this referral reason into Jameson Timms' medical record?
So I did not place this in the medical record, but when we found out about Jameson through Dr. Garcia, one of the things that we do is call the transfer center and let them know a child is coming. And so when we let them know a child is coming, we do let them know what the child is coming in for, which is for possible injuries.
Okay.
But so, wait, didn't Defax already have this on their radar?
They'd already been to it. It's so confusing. The whole thing is so confusing to place together.
I thought that Defax was involved in the actual hospital visit to CHOA. Defax told them to go to CHOA, so they were already notified.
And they had already
so they called again?
Yeah, because they were called in November the first time when Erlanger. Remember, they don't bring up the bruises, the markings. The state never puts those into exhibit. But that was the first time that they brought him to Erlanger. They don't want to talk about it because it's obvious and not abusive bruises. You can tell it's something medical going on, and they didn't put that into evidence.
I'm still confused as to how Dr. Garcia got involved.
Well, because she was Erlanger's child abuse pediatrician. So when the first call.
Okay.
But we're not really clear either, because all we know is he was cleared at Erlanger, right? They were cleared. They were sent home. There was no abuse charge then. But Garcia, for whatever reason, and
couldn't let it go.
Harbin Pickett and Garcia seem to have, canoodled after the fact, and then gotten DCF supervisors involved instead of the DCF caseworker, that Hunt woman, because she said, no, there was nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
and
but
Pickett
we don't know because
went to
Garcia doesn't get called, does she?
No.
Or does she? No. I wish she were. I would like to hear from her what her problem is.
So
Agreed.
the answer is you had something to do with the transmission of that information that ended up in the record there.
Yes.
Thank you. And if we could go to the next page, page 25, also down at the bottom of the page, under Defax legal involvement on Thursday, January 13th, 2022, type of abuse, physical abuse. Were you involved in placing that into the record?
No.
Didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
On the next page, page 26.
Maybe we could do a didn't do nothing counter.
Which continues
I've already
to discuss
counted
Defax
3.
and law enforcement involvement. It notes name and relationship of person notified, parents already aware on January 13th.
I have this on the bottom of page 25.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're moving over also under Defax law enforcement involvement on page 26. Name and relationship of person notified, parents already aware.
Oh, here, yes. Okay. I see that.
What is this saying that parents were aware of?
So looking at this flow sheet, so by the way, this is not information that I put in, so I have to decipher it also myself.
Well, if it's not information that you put in or had anything to do with, then I will ask another witness about it.
Yeah.
But I did want to check. So was that something that you were aware of or know what it means in this context?
This is not information that I put in. But this is it looks like it's information about the Defax case number and the detective it was assigned to and things like that.
Okay. All right. And then on page 27, I believe we asked about this last Wednesday, a week and a half ago, and I appreciate the patience of the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. But there's the trauma eval, no pre-notification noted on here. Is that right?
I see that. So what's the question?
Did you have anything to do with this determination that the parents were not to be notified of any of the care, treatment, and diagnosis of their son, Jameson Timms?
No.
You were, okay. All right. Page 30, about 2/3 of the way down the page. Do you note the record from January 13th, 2022 at 7:10 p.m. Frenulum appears intact at this time?
We're not at frenulum adjacent
Yes.
quite yet.
Did you have anything to do with putting that notation into the record?
No.
And you did not take a photograph when you looked at Jameson's frenulum the next day, January 14th, did you?
That's correct.
All right. And moving over to page 31, about 1/3 of the way down under the skin flow sheet, there's a mention of the scratch to Jameson's right cheek, correct?
Page 31.
Stop grabbing the microphone.
So weird.
Sorry.
What the frick are you doing?
And so that reflects an image added to the chart of the
It wouldn't
scratch.
be as bad
right?
if it didn't make that
hand.
noise
Right,
every
but we
time
don't
she grabbed
have any images of the frenulum that was just designated as intact the day before, right?
We don't have a photograph. There was a diagram that was put in by the ED position, if I remember correctly, from the medical record, a body diagram by Dr. Melnikoff.
Okay.
It's not depicted in the pages that you see here. It's in his note.
Okay. I think that's coming up a little bit later in here. So page 40, about halfway down. Guardian informed to notify staff member prior to leaving child unaccompanied for any reason, Thursday, January 13th. Were you involved in that decision-making or placing that into Jameson's medical record?
No.
All right, page 42, at the top of the page, transport at discharge, friend, family transportation on January 14th, 10 a.m.
Folks, I have got 5 memberships to give away, but y'all got to do your part. You got to hit that like button. The likes are dismal. There are 447 of you here, and there's only 138 likes. I cannot abide. I will not abide this. This aggression will not stand. Understand? You need to get your little unbroken fingers over to the like button. I know your thumbs are working just fine, and just slap that like button the way you want to slap Dr. Verena Brown right across the face for being such a bitch. You know you want to do it. So let's get those likes up. And once we get those likes up past 300, I am going to give you 5 free memberships. We're already at 179. You can do it, folks. You can do it. Get that like button. Slap it. Slap it like you wanted to slap that scowl off Dr. Harbin Pickett's face. You know, just visualize that the like button looking like this. Can you visualize this on the like button and just slap the hell
do
out
that.
of
They
it?
might start punching their TVs and their screens.
Come on now. Come on now. Get those fingers working. Get your finger exercises in for the day. You can do it unless your fingers are broken. And even then, you can use an elbow.
Yeah.
I mean, an elbow, a toe, anything will work
nose.
on the like button. You know, there is a price to pay for being here, and that is to make the algorithm your bitch. Okay? Make that algorithm do what it is supposed to do. And also share out the stream. I will make you do river dance if you don't hit that like button. Yes. I will make you put on an ugly prom dress and go wading in some cold water somewhere if you don't hit that like button. We're still not even at 200. I don't think you want those memberships very much. I really don't. I don't know. You're not convincing me.
Were you involved in placing any of that into the record?
No.
The memberships will be withheld until the like
43
ratio
in the middle,
improves.
blood pressure exceptions. We've got another blood pressure out of range on January 14th at 4:48 a.m. for Jameson. Were you involved in placing that into the record, and did you consider it in your diagnoses and treatment of Jameson?
I was not putting it into the record, and no.
All right, on page 46, under patient family shift goal, on January 14th, 2022, 8:11 a.m., assess need for safety plan. Is that something you were involved in placing into the record?
No.
All right, on page 53. We've got patient flow sheet data about halfway down, frequent interventions, and we've got an entire row that says no additional interventions 4 times. Is that right?
Whose phone is ringing in the courtroom?
Don't worry, they'll make a big
It's
deal
so
about
many,
that.
it's so many rows. I'm going to make sure I'm looking at the right one. Page 53.
It's kind of in the middle of page 53, frequent interventions.
I see. Okay.
Side note.
And then we've
real
got
quick.
a row of no.
Yeah.
When I was going to school for my associate's degree and we had to go to court a few different times, I would get anxiety dreams the night before court about my phone going off, despite me turning it on silent. Like alarms would go off. I'd get phone every single time I had to go to court. like I'd get these anxiety dreams the night before, and so like phones ringing in court, I'm like, oh no, it's somebody's worst nightmare.
Oh
'cause
no,
it's mine.
yeah. Probably. What I can't stand is when somebody's phone goes off and they just pretend like in church or at a concert or something, and they just pretend like it isn't happening.
Yeah.
And everyone's staring at them like, that's your phone. Like, can you
Grab it.
Yeah. This happened at the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra. We were like in the first or second row, and there was a guy right behind us. So the orchestra could hear your phone. That's how close we were. And this guy's phone went off 3 times, and he never stopped it.
Just put it on silent. What are you doing?
What a deal.
Boomers, man. Boomers don't know how to put their phones on silent. I like Nick Starrell's comment here. The living embodiment of resting ganja face seems to never put anything in the medical charts. That's true. She doesn't. I don't know if it's because this is her constant state of being or what, but like she doesn't write anything down. It's weird. Why doesn't
who's
she
doing
write
all
anything
this?
down?
Who's putting all this in there? You know?
Yeah. Who did this? Who is entering the shit in the charts? It's very strange. Very, very weird. All right. The likes are still only at 210. You guys you're failing. You're failing. I did put up a poll. The poll says I did not hit the like button because what does it say? I actually don't know. I can't open it. My thumbs are broken. I'm lazy. I hate free memberships, or I smacked it. 2% of you say my thumbs are broken. I don't believe you. You're a bunch of dirty liars. 3% of you say I'm lazy. That I definitely believe. 3% of you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. And 3% of you also hate free memberships. How dare you? How dare you? I hope you don't get one when I finally get there. All right.
Do you count Twitter views? Like the Twitter likes? Do you get
I don't know. I don't know. How do you even see Twitter likes? I don't even know how that works. There's 213 people over there. I don't think it shows you how many likes. Oh, there's only 3 over there. So that doesn't count.
Never mind.
No, there's only 3 likes. That doesn't count. And anyway, those of you, if you are watching on Twitter and you want to take part in the fun chat, the fun chat is on YouTube. I mean, you could go to Rumble too, but I'm not sure how many people are over there. But the fun chat is on YouTube's via the internet. I don't know if you've heard of it, but YouTube is it's a platform. It's a video platform. All right, Rylan, thanks for the 5.
The following is meant to be put to the tune of War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
Pediatricians with flat asses. They're witches at black masses, plotting family destruction, state-sponsored child abduction. Ego bruised, they seek their vengeance, abusing power with skunky fragrance.
That was an excellent poem/song. Very, very good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by that. Don't forget, Super Tips is available. Fun with AI voices. We have Auntie Bev in there too, which is a lot of fun. I'll allow it. We love that. And you can go to supertip.gg/Megan Fox and support the show. We also have a super chat from Rozilla's Realm. Thanks for the 2. I like elephants. Everything else is irrelevant. That's interesting. That's like the point cent. Point cent, irrelevant, point cent. I like it. I like it. All right, let's get back to whatever the hell we were doing, which was watching more of this woman resting ganja faced. Here we go.
Additional interventions at 4:48 a.m. on January 14th. No additional interventions at 8:11 a.m. None at 3:57 p.m. on January 14th. And none at 4:23 p.m. on January 14th, right?
I see them. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so were you involved in placing any of that into the record?
No.
Okay. As the consultant,
she didn't do nothing. I'm behind on my didn't do nothing count. I think there were at least 3 more in there. Vibe Flux World says, "Oh no, I was 99 points sure I clicked the like button. I'm sorry." Well, you're forgiven for clicking it now.
Point cent. You said point cent.
I said point cent, didn't I? I thought I did. I thought I said point cent.
You said percent.
Oh, did I? I meant to say point cent. Oh, we're at 234 likes. We're almost up to 300. So you can do it. You can do it. And I am going to give away 5 free memberships as soon as we get there. But those of you who are not participating in the like drive, well, hopefully you won't get a membership because, you're being lazy. Now just slap the like button.
Diagnoses,
it's free.
You have been responsible for interventions such as, we suspect a compression fracture. Let's place this child in an immobilization collar so that we can do further testing to see if any damage has been done.
No, that would have come before me when they did the x-rays.
Didn't do nothing counter.
But
We're
you
up
did
to
review
8 now.
the x-rays, right?
That's right.
Okay. And would you agree that recommended procedure, if there is a compression fracture, is to, especially in the spine, would be to immobilize the individual so that further injury would not occur?
It depends where the compression fracture is. Typically neurosurgery or orthopedics would take a look at that and see what's needed.
Okay.
And did
did neurosurgery or orthopedics take a look at Jameson and say that no additional interventions were needed?
I would have to review the records to make sure.
I bet the answer is no.
My memory to see what they said.
Okay.
Shouldn't
Do you recall the
know that?
names of any of the orthopedic
That's what I was
or
thinking.
neurosurgery consults who might have participated in Jameson Timms treatment and diagnoses?
I would have to review the record at this time.
Did you call any of them?
Uh-oh, her memory's slipping. She
didn't do
remember.
nothing.
But I'm happy to do it.
Actually, yes, if you would not mind.
Oh, here we go. We're going to
Kevin's
go
gonna
looking
give her
through
a
the
few
record.
minutes.
Look, she doesn't know where to look either. Look at her. She's like, let's just flip through. I'm gonna
Sometimes
make
it's
it
done
look
in
like
the
a-
emergency department as well.
Because remember, they're claiming this baby has a broken back
A broken back. Mhm.
From being squunched.
from being squunched, which is a big deal.
A bendy baby. Squunched. A squunching. The squunching happened. According to them. Where did they call the orthopedist? Did you call an orthopedist for a broken back? You didn't call an orthopedist? Holy shit. I'm going to call. Do we have lazy investigator on the bingo today? Because if we do, I don't think I do. I think I got rid of it today.
Ugh.
I did. Dang it. I need court reporter stink eye for a bingo. Who's whispering? Who's whispering? Sounds like Jason. Oh, the mic just went off.
Catherine probably is just staring at the jury right now, like.
I would be standing there like.
I would like this button played in court right now.
What would you say you do here?
What would you say you do here?
Mm-hmm.
Say room 26 one more time, motherfucker.
Come on now.
Didn't
find
she
it?
say she reviewed this stuff before
Right.
trial?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I were on the jury, that's what would be going through my head right now. And we're still not done looking.
This would be hilarious if it wasn't so horrific. This is their expert. This is who they rely on.
What do you mean, what's a bone doctor going to do for a broken back? Literally make sure that it's okay to put the baby through more tests, understand? Or risk possibly injuring the baby further. Of course, a bone doctor needs to look at the baby.
When you have broken bones, radiologists aren't who you see.
Yeah,
It's
you see an
orthopedic surgeons.
Yeah, you see surgeons. You see, they never called a specialist.
Well, the defense.
You think that was probably. Sorry, Midas Claw. That was probably sarcasm. You need to put the the sarc in there for me because sometimes I can't tell. But yes, what's a bone doctor going to do for a broken back?
So it does seem that he was evaluated from that standpoint in the emergency department by the emergency department. Given that his was in the lower thoracic and that he would seem to be doing well, typically, the C-collars is going
She's
to
downplaying
be
it now.
immobilizing the neck.
There wasn't a big deal.
So you didn't
It
call
makes sense
neuro.
that if he was okay,
Ooh, we
that they
almost
wouldn't
had
have
the,
necessarily done anything
what?
different.
Did I hear
That's
that
what I-
correctly?
We almost had
It
that.
makes sense that if he was okay, you wouldn't need to do any additional interventions?
Uh-oh.
For T10, that's right, because it wasn't C-spine. So you wouldn't have to immobilize the neck then. So it appears that it was, like I said,
So
done
broken
through the
backs are
emergency
okay,
department that he was evaluated then.
So he doesn't need a
And the
neurosurgeon to
babies
come
are
look at a
bendy,
broken
that's fine.
spine.
No, he doesn't. Megan, only if it was upper. This is lower, so it's fine. It's fine.
Ah, it's fine.
Babies are
I-
bendy. It's okay.
Bendy baby. All right, I'm going to let you check off bendy baby syndrome. I'm going to let you check it off because, yep, I think this is unbelievable. This is negligence. They should be sued for this, for not contacting. If they found evidence of a fractured spine and then they didn't contact a neurologist or an osteo to come and take a look at it as specialists,
But
what
they put it in the charges against the parents, right? Like it was
Right.
enough to put it in there to charge the parents for a broken back.
And don't you need a specialist to tell you that there's nothing special you need to do? I don't believe this child abuse pediatrician who is not a specialist in these things, in broken backs.
Right.
I'm not trusting some ER doctor to tell me, it's fine. What?
It's in the
You've got a
lower
broken back,
vicinity.
but
It's okay.
it's fine.
No wonder
No.
they didn't want this filmed. Jeez, I wouldn't want this shit put on camera either. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
So were you able to find any indications that you had referred the case over to neurosurgery or orthopedics for additional interventions or diagnoses?
Oh, no, and I never implied that I would have. That's really not typically my role. So
stop touching the microphone.
What
as
was
I
she
mentioned
looking
before, my role is really to look at mechanism of injury. When the children come in and they've already had a skeletal survey and injury is already found.
I don't help heal them.
Typically the admitting team or
I just
ED,
help
if there is an
traumatize
intervention
them.
that's needed on a
Yes.
fracture, like any kind of casting, any kind of immobilization, it's going to be done through them.
Okay, but none of
Again,
that was
I
done in
didn't
this
do
case,
nothing.
right?
We're up
Correct,
to
it was
9
not
now.
needed in this case.
Okay.
Didn't do
So was
nothing.
there any treatment that Jameson Timms needed after he was at Children's Hospital of
After the
Atlanta?
squunching?
From a fracture standpoint, no. No.
Mm-mm. No treatment, guys.
Oh, this
From
abuse,
any
physical
standpoint.
abuse was so bad
Basically what
that
was
it needed no treatment to recover from.
But we had
That's
to
what-
kick the parents out of the hospital and take their baby.
But he got no treatment for any of these alleged injuries. Mm-hmm. That tracks.
did at that time was evaluation to see if he had any sort of bleeding abnormalities or bony abnormalities like we talked about
But they
earlier.
took him before
That was
those
the main
results
thing.
came back.
And to
Right.
look about his health and to see what injuries were there.
Okay. And I just want to be very clear because, well, actually we can go into this later on in the record. Let's get through the record. So, okay, so page 53, no additional interventions ordered by you, by neurosurgery, by orthopedics,
By anybody.
whatsoever for Jameson.
Nobody did nothing.
That's correct. You said page 53?
We're up
Yes.
to 10 now.
That's correct.
Nobody did nothing. Yep, Chris Poughton, you nailed it. Then she does not work for the hospital. She works as an investigator for the state.
She works for the
All right,
state.
and on page
100%.
55,
Yep.
we've got a note about an RN contacting an MD requesting Tylenol. And this is January 15th at 1:15 in the morning.
Yes.
And so this is about roughly 10 hours after his parents have been escorted out of the hospital.
Hit that like button.
I'm
We're at
not sure about the
2:59.
timing, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. And so this is the first time that pain medication is being requested for agitation in the child.
I have not reviewed the nursing notes for those details, but I'll take your word
What
for
did
it.
you do?
What did you do here?
All right, on page 60.
You didn't review the nursing notes.
On the
You
middle
didn't
of the
write
page.
anything in the
High
record.
risk screen, Friday, January 14th, 2022. High risk indicators, abuse, assault. And that's placed into the record on January 14th at 10:40 a.m. Would you agree?
Yes.
Did you have anything to do with having that placed into the record?
No.
Didn't do nothing. We're at 11 now.
God.
Moving down to page 77, referral data for Saturday, January 15th, 2022. And this references a social worker, Haley Thomas, and an RN, Dylan, presumably Dylan Scher, who we've heard about previously. And the referral reason is discharge planning for Jameson. Were you involved in any of this conversation regarding discharge planning for Jameson?
If I am not listed there, likely not. This would have been likely through the social
Didn't
worker.
do nothing.
Potentially.
That's
but
12.
I'm not sure.
I can't figure out what she does at this hospital other than accuse people
All right.
of abuse. Maybe that's all she
Moving
does.
on to page 83. We've got a discharge diagnosis and a discharge date of January 15th, 2022.
Oh, now we're smacking
So
the
page
microphone.
83.
Yes, page 83.
Okay. And repeat that again, I'm sorry.
So we've got a discharge date of January 15th, 2022, and a discharge diagnosis, right?
Yes.
And this includes closed fracture of multiple ribs of left side with routine healing,
Yes.
abnormal bruising, non-accidental traumatic injury to child. Were you involved in this discharge diagnosis?
I would have agreed with this discharge diagnosis, but I did not enter this particular entry. This was entered by Dr. John Eanes.
Did Dr. Eanes personally care for Jameson?
It would seem like he did at discharge since he authored the note.
Was he participating in any of the conference calls regarding treatment and care for Jameson that you had previously testified to?
The conference call that I was on was Dr. Fleming.
Okay. All right. So moving over to page 84. Under hospital course, it says child advocacy evaluated the baby and multiple labs were ordered. Defax took custody and the parents were removed from the hospital. Would you agree that's what it states under hospital course?
All right. JKD Buck is winning the meme contest. Those of you out there who are not meming this trial really need to step up your game. Because look what we have today.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
JKD Buck is kicking all of your asses. I'm just saying, if you want to meme this trial, you can always drop it on my X account at Megan Fox Writer. Or if you're a Locals member, you can put it in the live chat because the live chat is up. It is active and you can throw images in there and I'll be able to pull them up on the screen as well. This is hilarious. What is that snail flag behind her? What is that? What did you put in there? You put he put that in there. For a second I thought that was there. And then I had to go check the courtroom.
It looks good. It's a good edit.
Like her, yeah, it's a really good edit because it's just as grainy as the background is really good.
Is it because she's just slow and getting nothing
maybe
done?
That's her DJ avatar. Oh my God, this is funny. This is hilarious. Thank you, JKD Buck. I appreciate that. And you guys are falling down. The chat's falling down. Let's see how you're doing on the likes. You're still at 269. That's not going to get you the 5 free memberships. I said over 300. That means 301. With 500 of you here, well, 494. That shouldn't be too hard to do. Maybe those of you watching on X can just hop over to YouTube and slap the like button. Why don't you do that? That sounds like a good idea. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will drop the link on X for those of you watching there, because maybe that's the problem. Maybe those of you on X are you're not pulling your weight.
Yeah, come on.
And if that's the case, I may just kill the X files. I don't know what to call them. I'll just kill the X stream. Because I don't know if it does me any good or not. And I can't tell if the views on X are being lumped into the views on YouTube, because when I look at my studio on YouTube, it's only showing me 260 viewers, but on Streamyard, it's giving me a total of 493. So I wonder if it is adding the people on X. Are you muted, Flux? Your mic's not muted, but I can hear you. There we go. Now I hear you.
Stupid microphone and these damn buttons that don't do anything but do something sometimes. So StreamYard, I do believe, combines both of them, whereas I think like YouTube you'll have like 200, and then Twitter you'll have 200, and then StreamYard will show you have like
combine
400.
it. Okay, I don't like that at all. All right, those of you watching on X, jump on over to YouTube. I'm killing the X stream. I don't like it. There's nobody, it doesn't help me in any way. I don't think.
I mean,
So-
it's additional people that aren't viewing on YouTube.
Yeah, but go to YouTube. Stop watching on X, because there's nothing fun over there. There's no
X
fun
isn't for
chat. Yeah, it's there's no fun chat. I don't think I'm getting paid for it. So why am I giving them free content? No, come to YouTube.
I think it contributes to the reach or the connections which do help get you monetized for advertisers and whatnot.
All right. Well, X, if you want to see the rest of this trial coverage today, you're going to have to click the link. I just put it in the comments over there, and come on over to YouTube and join us. We're leaving. Bye-bye, X. Okay. Now we're off of there. And immediately it dropped down on StreamYard. So we'll see. Okay. So now that makes sense. All right. So now I don't feel so bad.
How's the like ratio now?
The like ratio is perfect. So here comes the membership gifts. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, who got them? Marcy Cruz received a gift membership. Nick Starro, yay! Let's see, Evita and Hey Joe and To Be Younger and Grandkids Taxi. Welcome to the Fox Den. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Swan Lake Lady goes, so we got yelled at for nothing? Well, it worked. Not nothing. It worked.
I'm taking a moment to find it and read it.
It's towards the bottom.
Yes.
Oh, maybe not just gifted 10.
So were you involved
Thank
in
you.
that decision for Defax to take custody and the parents to be removed from the hospital?
As I previously testified to, no.
No. All right, moving on to page 86. We've got some test results that were already back on January 14th of 2022 at 4:20 p.m., right?
Yes.
Okay. And under the lipase results, we've got a value that's significantly lower than the reference range. Would you agree?
Yes.
We've got a reference range. What it's supposed to be is 73 to 393. And the value that was tested in Jameson Timms was 27.
Yes.
Okay, so you would agree that Jameson Timms, as of January 14th, had low test results on lipase.
That's right.
Okay. And if you move over to the next page, 87, continuing on the results, the von Willebrand profile, which we've already talked about a little bit previously, but would you agree that the factor VIII assay has a value that is outside the reference range and would be considered abnormal?
Yes, except that factor VIII, and I believe that I testified to this prior, is a acute phase reactant. So when it's high, it is not worrisome, and that's what his is 138.
Okay.
And the higher value is 125, so that is not concerning.
Okay. And then moving down, we've got fibrinogen activity. I may not be pronouncing that right. What is fibrinogen?
It's part of your clotting network.
Okay. So, and the reference range is 200 to 400 milligrams per deciliter, right?
That's right.
Okay. And Jameson's value was 204, right?
That's right.
So right at the very, very bottom of that range.
It's still in the normal range.
Okay. So did that give you any concern or flagging at all?
No, because it's still in the normal range.
Okay. Move on to page 88. You would agree, actually we can talk about that later in the record. Pending results at discharge. Attempted to obtain a reptilase and thrombin time, but 2 samples both clotted prior to arrival in lab. Would you agree that's what that says?
Yes.
Okay. And does that give you any concern if a sample clots prior to arriving at the lab for testing?
Actually, it's reassuring because if you're looking for a bleeding disorder, that a sample clotting means that the child's blood is able to clot, and that would be the opposite of a bleeding disorder.
Okay, so when were you able to get the testing for the reptilase and thrombin done?
We didn't repeat that. It's something that is actually not that necessary to do. And again, the fact that they clotted would mean that he doesn't have a bleeding problem.
Okay, so that would be when it says in discussion with Child Advocacy Center.
Is that true?
Well,
I mean, it doesn't sound true.
There's another witness for the defense that, if I remember correctly, disputes that or disagrees with that. That they should have at least redone.
They should have redone them.
Like that's why he's there, right? Didn't she?
Why did they order them? Why did they order them if they weren't going to? If they didn't need them? Why?
Right.
Why? And I'm sorry, I've never heard of a blood test where it doesn't have to go to the lab to be tested, and you just if it clots and can't be tested, you're like, oh. Yep,
it's
fine.
I'm sure that's fine. Because what if it's like a temperature issue? What if it's something that happened in
right
from one place
in
to
transit?
another?
Clearly, these people don't treat their blood tests very well. I mean, they lose them, so
They're
God
not
knows where it
looking.
was put. Yeah, right.
It's proof that they weren't looking for answers. If that's what they were doing, they would have repeated the test just for peace of mind, just for the record's sake.
Yeah, but they
would have
weren't.
repeated it.
They weren't looking for anything. They were just going down a checklist.
Yeah.
This is not required for discharge. You would have been involved in the decision-making process on not attempting a valid test of the reptilase and thrombin.
That's right. Nursing would have called me to say, is this something that we must absolutely have to have before he was sent out? And that's not something we absolutely had to have.
Okay. If we can move down to page 95, please. And this is dated January 13th, 2022 at 7:48 p.m., right?
Yes.
Okay. And this is when Dr. Fleming discussed the plan of care with his parents at the bedside. They expressed understanding and gratitude, right?
95. Page 95 at the bottom. I'm not seeing where you say about the parents understanding and
It's number 6 on the under the plan.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay, and so the parents expressed understanding and gratitude?
Yes.
And then under the ED notes that are from January 13th at 4:20 p.m., your name is mentioned there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Dr. Verena Brown, Stephanie Blank Center. Can you tell me what your involvement was in this notation being placed into the record?
Yes, as we had mentioned the transfer center before. So when Dr. Garcia called me, because we knew that the child was going to be going to our emergency department, and we actually recommended that he go to our emergency department instead of our clinic because of the testing that he was going to need to be done.
She needs a fidget spinner instead of the
It is our
microphone.
protocol to call the transfer center. The transfer center alerts the physicians of where the child is going to go so that they're going to be ready and available to see the child at that time. So that's what this notation would be.
Okay. And so that was conversations that you were having on January 13th with, okay.
That's right.
Excellent. All right. So page 99, in the middle of that, we've got a 6:47 p.m. on January 13th that says CBC, CMP, lipase, all normal.
Page 99. Okay, where do you see that?
It's kind of in the middle of the page, the first line under medical decision-making.
Yes, I see that.
Okay. But you would agree that actually the lipase results that were received back on Jameson Timms were not normal and were in the abnormal range.
So this is Dr. Malnikoff's note, but again, I think we mentioned previously back on cross last time that a low lipase is really not that exciting. It doesn't really mean anything. It's typically how the test is run.
You can't
So
say
the
it's
fact that he
normal.
mentioned that lipase was normal probably meant
Right.
because it's insignificant.
Okay, so wouldn't it have been better to accurately reflect that lipase was low rather than saying that lipase was normal and then coming to court later and saying, oh, it's not a big deal?
Well, this is not my note. It's Dr. Malnikoff's note, so you'd have to ask him.
Okay.
But it's her words. She's the one downplaying.
All right, so let's move over to page 100.
She keeps looking at.
So this is a consult note by Brown, Verena W., MD at January 14th, 7:28 p.m., right?
Yes.
Okay. So at this point, Jameson's parents have already been removed from the hospital, right? As of 7:28 p.m. on January 14th, 2022?
Yes.
And so this says, I was asked by the SERPAC team, and what's the SERPAC team?
That's the hospital's team I was mentioning.
Okay. To consult on Jameson Timms, a 3-month-old male who presented with a significant abrasion to the face, an injury to the mouth, multiple healing rib fractures, and a vertebral fracture. That's what you put in your consult notes, right?
That's right.
I have had the opportunity to review the medical record, review the radiographic images, obtain history from parents, and examine Jameson. At this time, his injuries are most consistent with non-accidental trauma, right?
That's right.
Okay. Is this your first consult note that you have produced in this form in Jameson's record?
This is my preliminary note, yes.
Okay, so this is the preliminary note. And it says, under the plan, I have ordered OI testing, bone health labs, and bleeding disorder screening labs, right?
That's right.
And number 6, we recommend that Jameson stay in a safe environment pending further investigation.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Now, you've got another consult note that kind of continues through page 101, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you noted in here that when the original skeletal survey at Erlanger was reviewed, that there was a mild periosteal reaction in the proximal left tibia?
Yes.
Okay. And you cannot rule out a fracture there.
The radiologist there, I believe, could not rule out a fracture there.
Okay.
It was ruled out later, but at the time, that's the information that we had.
Okay. And then on page 106, we've got further consults from you. And at the top of the page, under impression, loss of height of the vertebral body of T10 suggesting a compression fracture, right?
This is directly from the skeletal survey by the radiologist, but yes, that's what it says.
Okay. It doesn't say he has a compression fracture. It says he has a loss of vertebral height, right?
Yes, but that compression fracture was later confirmed.
By whom?
By Dr. Dixon.
Okay. When did she confirm that?
So that's one of the reasons we do follow-up skeletal surveys. We notice the healing there.
Didn't answer
It
the
doesn't
question.
answer the question.
When did Dr. Dixon confirm that it was a compression fracture and not a loss of vertebral height?
So on follow-up skeletal survey, you can see that the height comes back up, which suggests that the fracture has healed. Then at that point, you know for confirmation if there was ever any doubt, which I believe that there, at this point, she was saying that it was suggestive,
Scramble.
but she was seeing that loss of height. But
Did
that
I lose?
widening
I've lost
and healing
some
of the height
sound.
shows that it was healing. It had healed back up again. So
Can
that
you guys
was
hear me okay?
I can.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Suddenly everything is much lower to me. Oh, well, that's because my main volume got turned down. that would make sense.
skeletal survey. I believe was in June. There was one in between as well in later on in March.
There's
It's
a
a
February
simple
3rd.
question.
February
When was he
3rd, thank you.
diagnosed? February 3rd.
That's the next skeletal survey was February 3rd. She still doesn't know the answer. She's like, crap, why did I say that?
Right?
Now I have to prove it. What is she doing?
What was that?
Catherine's waiting for her to answer, and she doesn't. She's acting like there's no question.
Oh,
She's not doing anything. Look at her. She's.
oh my God.
Did you find anything else about when Dr. Dixon may have confirmed this? Or
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I answered the question.
You
let's
did
move
it!
on to page
No!
109, which is continuing your consult notes on January 14th that were entered at
She's
7:30.
definitely high as something.
And this is
She's
where you said
99%
Jameson was
high.
approximately 6 months old at the time of presentation. I assume that's a
6
typo.
weeks is a typo, yes.
Okay. And you're saying at this point, his injuries at 6 weeks of age appear to be most consistent with non-accidental trauma.
I was just talking about the review of the bruises at Erlanger.
Okay. And then you said Jameson now has multiple other injuries.
Yes.
Okay. Did any of these injuries require any treatment whatsoever?
No.
Is this
Quick
normal
answer.
in child abuse cases?
Yes.
Okay, so it's normal that you would diagnose a child with multiple injuries, but none of them require any treatment whatsoever.
Oftentimes, we don't necessarily have
Really?
treatments, especially with rib fractures, because
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. I have reached the part of the stream where I can no longer pay attention because I have a certain problem, which is I've drank too much coffee. I need to pee. And I also need to get more coffee to fill back up. So this is a time for everyone on the panel to take a quick 4 minute. We have 4 minutes to have your bathroom break, get another cup of coffee. Those of you in the stream who are watching, you can do that too. I'm going to leave you at the moment with a song. I'm choosing my new Gotta Pee song, and I'm going to play you a version, and you guys let me know when I come back if you liked this one, or maybe next time we do it, I'll play a different one, and then we can choose the pee song. So is everybody ready to go here? Let's see if I mute myself. Yeah, I can mute myself. I can just take myself out of the frame. All right, 4 minutes, everyone. 4 minutes, and we'll be back.
She's in the glow
3 minutes, not 4. 3.
Editing her story, chasing the stream with a laugh for her crowd and a smile so neat. But her coffee's calling. She's got to retreat. Oh, give her a moment to find the smallest room to ease her mind. Life's unscripted, raw and free. Even YouTubers gotta pee. The keyboard clicks as the counter climbs. She's lost in the rhythm, lost in the rhyme. But the pressure's building and she can't delay. Nature calls, not much else to say. Oh, give her a moment to find the smallest room to ease her mind. Life's unscripted, raw and free. Even YouTubers gotta pee. The world online so shiny and brave still. She's a human trying to behave. Behind the cuts, the filters, the sway. There's just a woman needing a break today. She blames the tea that fueled her spree, or the 4th iced latte that set her free. Hold on, dear viewer, she types to delay. I'll be right back, got something underway. She blames the tea that fueled her spree, or the 4th iced latte that set her free. Hold on, dear viewer, she types to delay. I'll be right back, got something underway.
All right, that was perfect timing. I'm just getting the studio set back up. Hold on one second. I'm coming back. Oh, that was good timing. 3 minutes. I was able to get it all done. Okay, let's see. I got my new coffee. How do I get off of here? Here we go. Where did I go? There I am. All right. Did everyone get their bathroom break in? Hopefully. It looks like my other panelists are not back yet, but that's okay. What did you think of that song, chat? Do we like that song? I swear I made one with a video, but I can't find it. I can't find what I did with it. All right, let's see.
I have complaints.
Complaints about what?
Complaints about this getting older, and you have to pee like every 20 minutes. And if somebody mentions a bathroom break, then it's like, oh no, I don't have to go. And then you sit there thinking about it for the next 10 minutes and you're like, oh shit, I do have to pee. And I'm just reminded of like
a good idea to just go when you're told to go.
Right? And I'm thinking back to like these convoys where we would be convoying for like hours and hours, and like, what did I do? I used to be so strong, and now I'm not as strong as I used to be.
Oh God. All right. Now I can pay attention. Now I can focus without having a bladder that's bursting. I can actually focus on this. All right, here we
There's
go.
no way to cast them. In different kinds of injuries like bruises, they heal on their own. So a lot of times we see children that are injured and they don't necessarily need any kind of treatment.
Okay. All right, and then if we can go to page 118, we've got another reference to the parents already being aware, but I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, that you did not have anything to do with that notation in the record.
Not this notation in the record. Let me make sure that before I speak, that's true. No.
Okay. And then under interdisciplinary progress notes, continued.
Is that still under page 118?
I'm sorry, if we could move over to page 119.
Okay.
It starts as the assessment narrative on page 118 and then moves on to page 119. And let's see. It says Defax made contact with family last night and assessed the child without concerns. Did you see this in the course of reviewing Jameson Timms' case? It looks like it was entered at January 13th at 9:32 p.m. So prior to
Defax has no concerns. You know what?
More
This
likely has
is
seen this
so
one.
reminiscent of the Maya Kowalski trial because the same thing happened. Defax had no concerns. The child abuse pediatrician called Defax, gave them the story, and they were like, yeah, no, nah, we don't see it. And because of that, and the child abuse doctor didn't agree with Defax, they literally went into the record and just began making shit up so that they could call Defax again. So they were building a case for child abuse against Beata Kowalski. Saint Beata, as I like to call her. She really should get a sainthood for what happened. And I'm horrified by this. Like, these people will just go and make the case then. Defax had no problems. Defax was like, nope, there's no abuse, no concerns. But these people wouldn't let it rest.
14th. Okay, so you would have seen this on the 14th where it said Defax made contact with family last night and assessed the child without concerns.
Yes.
And then the next sentence is, at some point, the pediatrician is said to have coordinated with someone, quote, high up in Defax administration who pushed the issue. Would you agree that's what is stated in the record?
Yes.
Whoa, who did that? I'm sorry, excuse me. Wait, the pediatrician. So Harbin Pickett, we're talking about Harbin Pickett. This woman.
Yeah.
She did what now?
Is said to have coordinated with someone, quote, high up.
She
in
knew better
Defax
than everybody
administration who pushed the issue. Would you agree that's what is stated in the record?
Wow. And that's what I think Sally Smith did too.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who this person high up in Defax administration was?
I do not.
Okay. Did it give you any concern to see that Defax had assessed the child without concern and then someone had placed into the medical record someone high up at Defax pushed the case?
I think that whenever you see kids with oral injuries like Dr. Harbin saw, she probably was very concerned. So,
oh, Jesus.
I'm assuming that that's why she probably talked to somebody higher up.
Okay. So your assessment based on your training and experience is that sentence about the pediatrician is said to have coordinated with someone high up in Defax administration is that Dr. Harbin Pickett spoke specifically to someone at Defax about this case to push the issue.
I'm not sure.
Your Honor, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't need to guess at what somebody else did or didn't do.
I'll sustain that objection.
I would agree. Absolutely. Yeah. Please only testify if you have personal knowledge of it. If you're not aware.
No. I will say this, just for clarity. So when Dr. Garcia, because when Dr. Garcia called me, Dr. Garcia had initially wanted Jameson to come to clinic, but because of the injury, I recommended him come to the ED. I talked to our Defax liaison to let Defax know that instead of clinic, he should come to the ED. So I'm not sure if they're actually talking about me or Dr. Harbin in this, to be honest, just for clarity.
Okay.
So, but I did make that recommendation, not clinic, with the ED.
Okay. So it was your recommendation that he come down to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta rather than going back to the clinic?
Dr. Garcia wanted us to see him in clinic. And I recommended, because he needed a CT scan and skeletal survey, for him to come to the ED. So I reached out for our Defax liaison to let the county know that not clinic, but ED.
Okay.
So I did let Defax, in a way, know.
In a way? You called
and
them.
Then our Defax liaison gave me the name of someone to email. So that could have been the person high up. And I said,
who was that person?
I don't remember that person's name.
So you just emailed some random person?
Some random person.
I did say he needs to come to not our clinic, but come to our ED.
What's with all the head bobbing?
Okay.
What's with all the head bobbing? This is very bizarre body language.
I don't remember that person's name. I would have to go through my email and find it.
Watch her start bobbing like a bobblehead.
He needs to come to not our clinic, but come to our ED.
Here we go, bobblehead. Bobblehead. We're still going.
So they might be talking about me.
We're still going.
Well, she's like, they might be talking about me in this note.
They might be talking
And so
about
you
me.
did email someone at Defax about this?
Yeah, to come to.
She emailed someone and doesn't know who.
And you would have done this on January 13th?
I would have done this on January 13th.
Prior to ever meeting Jameson and his family or conducting
really?
intake and observation of him?
Right, just because based on what Dr. Garcia had said, per protocol, he needs a skeletal survey and a head CT, and we can't do that.
Okay, guys, that's how they take your baby.
Emergency department. Okay, it's just not, those services are not available at outpatient.
Oh my God, look at the lip licking and the bobbing. She is so nervous.
Yeah, she's so nervous.
She knows that what she did was bullshit. Yes, defensive body language on the bingo card may be checked off now.
She also had an out. Fox stood up and objected and was like, if she doesn't know, she doesn't know. But Brown's like, well, just to clarify, I think she knew Catherine has more information. And so she wanted to go ahead and out herself. She was like tattletaling on herself. This could be me in here because I did email someone, but I don't know who.
Where are those emails?
That's a great
Those
question.
should be discoverable. Where are the emails? And how dare a child abuse pediatrician who has never laid eyes on this child call Defax before he even gets there?
How sick is that, man?
Before you ever look at him, you're just taking Garcia's word for it. You've already made up your mind. You want this kid taken. You're saying he's been abused. You've never laid eyes on him, and that she just had to admit that. And the lip licking, I haven't seen her do this once throughout her testimony yet. This is new behavior. Look at this.
You say clinic, is that a
watch
clinic
her mouth?
Available at outpatient.
Okay, so when you say clinic, is that a clinic at CHOA? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's an outpatient.
The
clinic.
recommendation was come to CHOA regardless. The question
So
was,
they
does it come-
knew the outpatient clinic that's the clinic where they would have just come and been seen and then released. She knew she wasn't going to release him.
Yes.
That's why she said, bring him to the ED.
Yes, so everyone beware of the emergency department at children's hospitals because that is where the caps wait. That is what they do. That's where they're sitting around waiting for their paycheck is to find a family that comes through the ER department.
Listen, I would just avoid CHOA entirely. There's got to be other hospitals.
There are.
By the way, there was a nurse at CHOA recently in the last week who was outed and fired for glorifying and celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Color me unsurprised that it was a nurse at CHOA.
Yeah, I saw
There
that.
may have been two of them. but they have fired her, thank God, because we don't need that.
It
kind
was
of
a gross
healthcare
statement
worker.
too. It was just a
Oh,
gross
it was
statement.
bad. It was bad. It was very bad. And also, we don't need nurses or healthcare practitioners who have no regard for human life. I'm
Yes.
sorry, but that should be a disqualifying scenario. If you're out there posting on social media that somebody deserved to die for whatever reason, that you shouldn't be a healthcare worker. No, you have no, for their political opinions. Like, how do I then trust that when I go to the hospital or my child is in the hospital, that they're not going to retaliate against me in some way and not give me decent health care because they don't believe I deserve to live?
Exactly.
No, these people should lose their licenses. They should not be able to practice medicine anymore. Any doctor, any nurse who has made public statements about loving this assassination thing, they should be gone. They should get their licenses taken. I don't want to see these people ever show up with badges in a hospital ever again. And I don't care if it was just a stupid thing that they said one day. Learn your lesson. You don't be like that.
That's
Don't
not
say
what
things
polite
like that.
society is. And if
No.
you want to live in polite society, you got to live by the rules.
And the rules are, we don't glorify and celebrate violence, and we certainly don't have no regard for human life, no matter who it is. And I am sick and tired of these people, and I want them out. I want them not in charge of my healthcare or my kids at school or anything. There's a huge protest this weekend at my kid's school because of a teacher. A teacher who made disgusting comments, and the people are not happy with the leave of absence. They want him fired.
Yeah.
And I agree. Fired. How dare these teachers celebrate a school shooter? Because that's exactly what that was, a shooting on school grounds. That is a school shooter, and you've got teachers out there celebrating a school shooting. Really? These are the people in charge of our kids?
So bad.
Hell no. If my kid can't even draw a picture of a Nerf gun in school, but these people can go out on social media and they can glorify an assassination. Oh, no, sir. No, you don't. Lose your teacher certificate. That's what should happen. That's what's happening in Texas. That's what's happening in Florida. They are actually pulling the teaching certificates. They are suspending them indefinitely until full investigations are going, so they can't go get a licensed or teach at any other school. And I think that that's what needs to happen in all 50 states. How dare these people? How dare they? So anyway, it was no surprise to me that there was a nurse at Shoah that was like that.
To the
Emergency department or
emergency department or the clinic.
Right.
And you were the one who said, we got to bring him to the emergency department.
because we can't do CT and skeletal outpatient.
This is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Okay. All right.
That's exactly right.
Move on to page 138 under the social work section. And again, if this is not something you're familiar with, that's fine. But on January 14th at 2022, would you agree that the learning progress summary for mother and father appears ready for discharge with the child?
The foster mother at bedside, is that where you're looking at?
No, that's this is at the bottom of the page under mother and father. Would you agree that the record says that they are designated appears ready for discharge?
I see that.
As of January 14th at 10:47 a.m.
Yes, I see that.
Okay. Well, did you have anything to do with this notation or the determination that the mother and father appeared ready to care for Jameson if he was discharged into their care?
No, I didn't.
All right. Now, we can move to page 145. Would you agree that in the middle of the page, under social work consult, January 13th, there is an order comment, suspected non-accidental trauma will need a safety plan from Gordon County Defax?
Yes, I see that.
Okay. Did you have anything to do with that notation in the record?
Not a notation. I mean, I did say in my note that we recommend that he stay in a safe environment, but as I have testified to before, the safe environment is totally up to Defax, what they want to do with that.
Okay, if we can move over to the next page,
Didn't do nothing.
146. And this is listing all of the orders that have been done on Jameson's case, right? It says at the top, all orders?
Yes.
Okay, and so at the top, we've got outside study radiograph, reading x-rays, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
I'm going to take a moment and catch up on super chats. I realize I'm getting behind here. Maybe not member for 7 months says, tell me who hates free memberships? E. Poindexter, member for a month. This doc is her own 7th floor coven. Yes. And if you notice, she also appears to have the same Miss Clairol dyed black hair, very dark brown. She may be using the same box dye they were using at John Shopkins. I think there was like a clearance sale on that color. So maybe that's it. E. Poindexter, thanks to the 5. She's the LO of the Laura Owens of the 7th floor coven. The vocal fry, the ineptitude, the resting high B face seems to be a trend. What? And Lizzie FP, member for 8 months. She seems less drugged on this day and yet still so spacey. Still so spacey. And then we had Maybe Not, who gifted 10 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much for that, Maybe Not. I really appreciate that. And so do all the people who got those memberships, I'm sure. Don't forget, if you want to support the show, you can send a super chat or a super tip. Super tips are fun. You can use AI voices at supertip.gg/Megan Fox. And also, don't forget to visit the GoFundMe for Carrie and Brady Timms. And the more money you put in there, the closer we get to river dancing in very ugly prom dresses. And it's going to be hilarious. Do not miss it. You're going to want to see that. All right. I see Jennifer regretting her life choices, that she said she would do this. I can see it all over her face.
there's a questionnaire, reason for study OSH. What does that indicate to you?
Outside hospital.
Okay. Do you want, there's then the question, do you want a second interpretation by a children's radiologist? And the answer is no.
Seems so.
Okay. Were you the one who said, no, we don't want a second opinion on these radiographs?
No.
Who would have been responsible for making that decision? No, we don't want a second opinion on these radiographs.
I don't know.
Okay, so it says under order comments, supervising provider. Would that have maybe been Dr. Fleming, or could it possibly have been you?
Definitely not me. Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's another one.
It depends if
I didn't
if
do
they actually
nothing.
had
Didn't do
list
nothing. All right, let me write it down.
of the radiographs, and also because we were getting our own, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And then moving on to page 154. We're only a few stickers left here. And these are the results from the CT head scan, right?
Yes.
Okay. And was there any hemorrhage or mass effect or any irregularities suggesting trauma inflicted upon Jameson Timms in his head CT scan?
No, his head CT was normal.
All right.
It was 99% not her.
And then
Yes,
just
this
on
is the
page
majority of the
174, this is you authorizing an additional skeletal survey, or is this you completing your review of the skeletal survey from January 13th?
This is me authorizing an order for another skeletal survey.
Okay. All right. And then page 193, we've got some progress notes from a Dr. Stephen Messner.
You said 173?
193.
193.
Definitely on the bingo card, we need to have new word from witness next
Yes.
time.
Okay.
And so this says per Dr. Brown's consult note and just
Fake
repeats
words.
the consult note that we've already
Yes.
gone over and seen other places in the record, right?
That's right.
And this was the consult note that you produced on January 14th at 7 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. And it includes the words, in conclusion, Jameson's constellation of findings are consistent with child physical abuse.
Yes.
Okay.
She's so irritated.
Yeah, this is the note that I signed on the 18th. Yes.
And then on page 200, we've got the progress notes are continued from the February 3rd visit to CHOA with Dr. Messner. And did you have anything to do with the impression produced here, or is that all Dr. Messner's work?
I mean, certainly he would have read my note and looked at that visit and that hospitalization, but this is his work.
Okay, because he references Dr. Brown's review of those photos indicate that they were also indicative.
Correct.
Okay. And so when he mentions that it's the T11 vertebral body, that's his typographical
not
error or
T10?
confusion from the scan?
That is his typo.
Okay.
He actually mentioned T4 previously, so that is a typo.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
All right, and then
They're just
on
going
page
place.
202,
nobody knows
I
which
think this
one
is
it is.
Our last one from the record. We've got a social work note, and it also references your evaluation that was conducted at the Stephanie Blank Center for Safe and Healthy Children, right?
Right. This is from his outpatient follow-up visit on February the 3rd.
Okay. And so it references you as the person responsible for the initial conclusions and review of Jameson's records.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else in the medical record from CHOA that I have not gone over that you think is relevant to your treatment of Jameson Timms?
I don't think so.
Okay. Now, you mentioned, so you are a practicing physician here in Georgia, right?
Yes.
You mentioned you had previously been in a physician in Tennessee, correct?
Correct.
Have you previously been a physician in any other states?
Please.
Virginia.
Please. Okay. Please. Are there any
Are you
lawsuits?
any longer a physician in Tennessee or Virginia?
No.
What
Have you
were the
been sued?
circumstances of you ceasing to be a
Here it is.
licensed physician in Tennessee and Virginia?
Here it is.
So in Virginia, I finished my fellowship and then moved to Tennessee.
Okay.
that the
And so what
only-
were the
What about
circumstances
Tennessee?
of your leaving Tennessee and no
Vanderbilt,
longer being licensed to practice
specifically.
medicine there?
I got a job at CHOA to be closer to home.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
But you did not retain your medical certification for Tennessee?
No.
Why not?
Even though there is a large children's hospital in Tennessee that you have been working with on this very case?
No, medical licenses are expensive.
Okay.
Oh, that's why?
Have you ever been sued for providing false
Here we go.
testimony or false allegations?
Yes.
I have been sued, yes,
Okay. How many times?
once.
Checking out that microphone.
And
Right? Let me just focus on this.
you do
and
a
nothing
lot
else
of work
exists.
with prosecutors around the state. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. Does that include coming up with programming for the prosecutors' conferences on child abuse cases?
Yes, I
Yes,
do a
it
lot of
does.
different lectures for a lot of different people.
Okay. Can you tell me about the presentations that you have made to the prosecutors?
Yeah, so
Oh my God!
I
Stop touching
do
the microphone.
presentations for lots of people.
Just don't
residents,
pull out a
medical
scrunchie,
students,
Brown.
different
Just don't do
conferences.
it.
I have spoken at the Crimes Against Children conference in Dallas, which is prosecutors, investigators. I think there are defense attorneys that go to that too. It's a huge conference. I went there in 2019 and spoke. I did a co-presentation with a prosecutor here from Georgia.
Okay.
Did you know?
So you're traveling around the country with prosecutors.
And-
Interesting.
You also do a lot of work with Department of Family and Children's Services, right?
I do.
So this person that you emailed regarding Jameson Timms' case, was
She's
this a person
bobbleheading
that you had
again.
emailed about other cases?
So the liaison I got in touch with, yes, the person that she gave me the name for, I don't think I knew that person previously, but again, I'm not sure.
But you've talked to them on multiple other cases?
All right.
Weird.
Is that what she just said?
It sounds like it.
And is it your belief that an X-ray, a radiograph, is able to provide adequate evidence of bone density issues?
For the most part, yes, I believe so.
Okay, why do you say for the most part?
Well, I think that it can give you a whole heck of a lot of
Ceiling
information on the gross wellness of bones. When you have osteopenia, you can see that the bones look weak, the bones look ghostly, the bones look very thin. And when the bones are healthy, you can see that on X-ray as well.
Okay. Well, you can see mineral density on the X-ray scans. Is that right?
Yeah.
Can you see collagen density and collagen fibers on X-rays?
No, it won't pick up that.
And would you agree that collagen fibers in bones make a big difference as to their brittleness?
Of course.
Okay. And that's not visible on an X-ray?
No.
All right. What was the variant of unknown significance on Jameson's call 1A2?
I would have to look up the number if you'd like me to
Okay.
tell you exactly what it is. But I don't think I saw the genetics report in here.
I don't think it was produced by CHOA until after the February date, and I think this goes through February. So do you recall what that genetic variation was? I think you had told Mr. Hood that there was absolutely no chance that it would ever be determined.
It's a number. It's like 151 point something, but I don't want to say exactly the wrong number.
Okay.
So I would have to look at the exact number on the report.
Okay. All right. And I believe you previously testified that Jameson was a healthy, normal-looking baby when you
Yes.
saw him, on the
Yes.
one occasion that you saw him.
Well, I saw him on 2 occasions, remember?
When was the second occasion?
In June of 2020.
That's right,
Oh,
all the way in
fuck's
June.
sake.
So the
Yeah.
one time that you saw him in the January visit to CHOA, he appeared to be a healthy, normal-looking baby with attentive and engaged caregivers at his bedside.
At both times, he was very well and healthy looking, yes.
Okay. I don't believe I have any additional questions at this time. Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Ms. Fox, any other questions?
Stop petting yourself.
It's that self-soothing.
Dr. Brown, you were asked whether or not you had been
Okay.
sued for providing
Mean lady's
false
gone now.
testimony. You said you had been sued. Was it for providing false testimony?
It was for providing a misdiagnosis on abusive head trauma case, and that case was dropped. That was in Kentucky.
So the
Oh,
case
yeah, that was
itself
the one we
dropped?
talked about yesterday.
It was, and then they tried to reappeal on the Superior Court of Kentucky, and it was dropped again.
Okay. And that's the only time you've been sued?
That's correct.
Would you characterize your testimony as false?
No.
Okay, you had a number of parts of the record that you were handed that the defense wanted to bring to the jury's attention. I want to call your attention to page 5. It's a list of the medications that Jameson received
The
when he
hell
was at
clip is she
CHOA.
wearing today?
It's at the bottom
in
third
her
of the
hair?
page. Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what different types of medication he was actually given?
Tylenol, ibuprofen, which is Motrin, and like a mineral petroleum, which is just a topical ointment.
Are
Okay,
we?
so if we
So
were
that's
breaking
the
it down,
treatment.
are the Tylenol,
That's the treatment. She's Tylenol. That's the treatment she wants us to believe. Over-the-counter drugs that his
For
mother
a
could have given
broken
him.
back.
Tylenol. Yeah, and ointment for his face.
and the Motrin for pain.
Yes.
Would the mineral oil be a treatment for maybe the injury on the face?
Yes.
Would there have been any treatment for the tear near the frenulum?
No.
You were asked about Dr.
Frenulum
Dixon's
adjacent.
final analysis. Can I call your attention to page 184 to the survey that she read from February the 3rd?
All right. I hate this prosecutor. I need bingo. I hate this prosecutor. Prosecutor earns Megan's hate. Bingo.
It took you so long.
Bingo too.
I hate this prosecutor, though. I do.
Okay. If you will read
Is she
the
wearing a hair
question
clip,
that's
or
gonna
is
be
that
under
just
the
her hair
spine.
flipped over in a funny way?
I don't
There's
know.
a big bow. It's a big
a
metal
big
bow.
giant bow. You know, there's something wrong with a person who does her hair like a 5-year-old for court.
I was gonna say, I remember the 90s when I was 5 and wore my hair like this.
Yes, me too. Also me. You know, you're in court, lady. Like that, putting like a giant something on the top of your head in court is a stupid look. Like, I don't know. Like, we're gonna go with it.
Specifically, did Dr. Dixon write?
This is a really stupid look.
Compression
Now it's
fraction.
gonna get tangled in my hair
Fracture
for
of
sure.
T10 again noted.
Shit.
Did she write suggested or it might be?
No.
It's a
Someone is
compression fracture
looking
of
for
T10
attention.
again noted.
That's correct.
That's great.
Yeah, but Meg, you pull it off really
Is
well.
there any such thing?
Yeah,
as
I kind of like
secondary
this
brittle
look.
bones?
No.
I mean,
Why not?
So
kind of fun.
that is a
It's good.
It's kind of fun.
But also, you're not in court.
Also, I'm not in court. Yes, I'm just an idiot on the
Ms.
internet.
Fox?
Your Honor, I totally disagree. She is the child
not
abuse
fair. You're
specialist. It's
medium
her
smart.
job to identify different syndromes it could be and eliminate them to come up with the finding of child abuse.
Well, I think the issue is her expertise in the area of brittle bones, not.
I asked
So I'll
whether or
let you-
not it was.
I'll let you ask her if she has any training or expertise concerning brittle bones.
Do you have any training or expertise in the area of brittle bones?
I have training, yes.
Okay,
Do you
can I
also
just
have
point out,
training in
if this had been Auntie Bev, she would have turned to the witness and gone, "Do you have any expertise or in brittle bones? Do you?
Mhm.
Do you have any expertise in that?" Instead of letting the lawyers do their jobs, she would have just done it for her, like, which I hated about Bev. Like, that was the worst thing ever. The judge is not supposed to talk to the witnesses and like interrogate the witnesses, but she did it for both trials. In the Karen Reed trial, it was so frustrating. So I'm really glad that Auntie Sue is instructing the lawyer in this case you can ask her this, not do you have any expertise? Just tell me now. Do you have any expertise? Good God.
expertise as to whether or not a temporary brittle bone condition exists?
I have a training in that.
Is that medically accepted in the community?
It is not medically accepted in the community now.
What is that response?
It is not.
Or is not?
It is not. It is not.
Well,
The judge, what?
I'm
What
not
now?
going to allow you to ask her the question.
Lastly, after examining Jameson, receiving all the test results that were ordered at CHOA,
Wait, what was the question that she wanted to ask? Oh, she wanted to ask if
About brittle bone stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, I got training." Well, is it accepted? No.
no. Well, then you can't ask
So
your
you can't
question.
ask it.
Yeah.
considering only his condition at CHOA, that
Wait, what was
at
the
CHOA,
question?
Jameson.
Ask her the question.
Lastly,
Look at the judge's face.
medically accepted in the community.
It is not medically accepted in the community now.
What is that response?
It is not.
Or is not?
It is not. It is not.
Well, I'm not going to allow you
She
to
was
ask
like,
her the question.
"What is that? What is that?"
Lastly,
response?
after examining Jameson,
Do you think she heard it, but she just wanted to point out how stupid that was?
That was
Wait,
one of the
wait,
most.
what was that?
sarcastic-
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
What did I just hear? Yeah.
Denied. Sit down.
Jameson
Oh, that's like a thumb judge
receiving all the
moment.
test results that were
That's
ordered
true.
at
That's
CHOA.
true. Ooh, that should have been on the bingo card. That's going on tomorrow. That's going on tomorrow
Judge.
because I will take any opportunity to play this
I
video.
understand. You're moving for a mistrial when you got additional time and you can call the same witnesses to address whatever issues. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor, because we
Can
don't.
I- Can we go to exhibits, please?
God, we love Judge Carroll here. We're big Judge Carroll fans. The tuft of justice will live forever in my heart. as one of the greatest judges I've ever watched on the bench. And it was a pleasure, sir. It was a pleasure to get to know you. That clip is staying in StreamYard forever.
Considering only his condition at CHOA, that is the 3 broken ribs, the compression injury, the mark on his face, and the tear under his tongue, and not considering anything that may or may not have occurred up at Erlanger. Do you have an opinion as to whether or not his injuries at CHOA are consistent or inconsistent with child abuse?
Yes, it's consistent with child abuse.
Why?
Jameson was not of the age where he could have done these injuries to himself. After thorough evaluation of bone diseases and bleeding disorders, he did not have any bone diseases. He did not have osteogenesis imperfecta. He did not have any Ehlers-Danlos. He did not have any sort of brittle bones. His vitamin D was 32, which is normal. He did not have any injuries from birth. He does not have temporary brittle bone disease. He does not have any of these other illnesses. He is a healthy boy. When we saw him in February, he was a healthy boy. When we saw him at 8 months, when he was pulling up to a stand and a lot more mobile, he had not fractured again. He had not had any substantial bruises. He was a healthy boy.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Oh my
Thank you, Ms.
Lord.
Fox.
So
Mr.
that
Hood,
means
any additional
abuse.
questions?
Briefly, Judge. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Oh, here we go.
So going back to one of Ms. Bernard's line of questioning to you, I don't know that I fully understood your answer. She asked you if Jameson was in relation to the alleged compression fracture at T10, if there was a review or a consult done with an orthopedist. And you made some reference to the fact that he was seen and this was spoken about in the emergency department. So did an orthopedist or an orthopedic surgeon consult with y'all and make a determination about this T10 supposed fracture?
He did not consult with me. It seems like the images were reviewed in the emergency department, and since he seemed stable, there's nothing to stabilize a T10.
Okay. All right. And there was no follow-up MRI that was ordered by you or any other physician to your knowledge regarding that injury. Is that correct?
That's correct. And you don't necessarily need to have an MRI when you know you're going to have follow-up skeletal surveys, because you should be able to, again, to see healing of that compression fracture when the compression fracture lifts up in height once again, which is what we saw.
Okay. So your testimony is that y'all were convinced that there was a fracture of every thoracic vertebrae of this child, and you did not order a follow-up MRI to see if anything was possibly impinging upon this child's spinal cord?
Right. You look at the clinical manifestations, right? When something is impinging in the spinal cord, you would see that in the exam of the child. You would see that neurologically.
What?
Okay. Well, this is a child who y'all said had a compression fracture, who's being handled by nurses, correct?
Uh-huh.
Correct.
Handled potentially by parents, handled by social workers,
Yep.
right?
That's right.
Being passed around. And y'all's position was he had a compression fracture of a vertebral body, and you did no follow-up imaging to see the status of that?
Well, we did. We did skeletal surveys.
Whoa. You know what this reminds me of? The Hernandez case. Jennifer, when you got temporary custody of Emma, no one informed you that she had a broken leg.
Right.
So you were changing her diaper, lifting her legs, taking care of her without ever being told that she allegedly had a fractured leg. Does that seem, I don't know, negligent to you?
Yeah, and you guys will hear in this trial from the foster mom who picked Jameson up from CHOA. And I don't want to give anything away, but it's very interesting what she was and was not told. Picking up a baby with a broken back.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, folks. Yeah, this all makes total sense.
What would offer you a more detailed imaging of this supposed vertebral fracture? A skeletal survey or an MRI of the thoracic spine?
You can certainly do MRIs of the thoracic spine.
MRIs are better and
but
everybody
wouldn't
knows
really
it.
change anything because you would still be able to see clinically whether the child has any symptoms from his compression fracture, which he didn't.
Well,
He's a newborn.
How would you
what if
know?
the MRI showed you that there was a chip or there was a possible impingement of this child's spinal cord? Y'all didn't want to know that while you're passing this child around to be handled by nurses and social workers? Are you being serious, doctor?
You would still be able to see clinically, and you watch him clinically because there would be no intervention that you would do at that time. You would still watch the child clinically. But these questions are actually better if you have like a neurosurgeon. They would be the person that should be asking these questions
You were
to.
one of the physicians in charge of this child's
But you're
care,
the
were you
one in
not?
charge.
Correct.
You're the doctor. Like, in fact, you never called a neurosurgeon. You didn't do that. We don't have any neurosurgeon consult that you talk to. How could we call the neurosurgeon when you, the person in charge, you didn't call them?
Didn't
And it
even
doesn't seem like-
consult. Didn't even walk across the hallway in her own hospital to talk to someone about this.
Yeah, this is Jason Hood, who is laying it down for the defense right now. He is Brady Timms' defense attorney, and he is giving vibes. These are the vibes I'm getting.
Right to jail, right away.
Right away. Right to jail. Are you being serious,
Are you
doctor?
being serious, doctor?
But this is more of a neurosurgery kind of question.
Well, let me ask it this way. Did you consult with a neurosurgeon?
Didn't do nothing.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
Oh!
Or an orthopedist?
No, I didn't.
Nope.
Y'all are perfectly happy. You're so convinced that this child had a
Look at
compression
her
fracture
face.
at T10 that you're allowing this child to be passed around by people at a hospital.
Who are the
and
real
risking
child
him becoming
abusers?
a paraplegic. And you make no consultation with an
That's not
orthopedist
funny. Why are you
or
laughing?
anybody in neuro.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's correct. He was clinically well. He remained clinically well.
Clinically well.
Wait. She just admitted they were risking him becoming a paraplegic. She just admitted it. She said, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're risking. We did. Holy crap. This is it. It's over. If I'm on the jury, not only am I voting not guilty, but I'm going to wait for this woman in the parking lot and possibly punch her in the face. What in the absolute hell? And can we just go back and watch her look at this smirky smile she makes when he tells her that they were risking him becoming a paraplegic? Is this the face that you make as a doctor who has vowed to care for patients? Look at this face. I'm going back to the question.
Compression fracture. Y'all were perfectly happy. You're so convinced that this child had a compression fracture at T10 that you're allowing this child to be passed around by people at a hospital and risking him becoming
She's
a
nodding.
paraplegic.
And now
you
we're
made no
smiling.
consultation with an orthopedist
Holy
or
crap.
anybody in neuro. Is that correct?
That's correct. He was clinically well.
This is a dumpster moment. We found it. We found it. We found our Jesus in the dumpster moment. This is it. He just got this bitch to admit on the stand that they risked turning Jameson Timms into a paraplegic, and she laughed about it. I can't think of a better dumpster moment than this. I'm having the same reaction that I had to throwing Jesus in the dumpster. These people are sick. She not only acknowledged that that's what she was doing, but she laughed about it. Just like no cake or Jesus for sick kids at J-Hatch and throwing Jesus in the dumpster, the consecrated host, this woman admits they were risking turning a baby, a perfectly healthy baby, into a paraplegic by not consulting with anyone and allowing him to be passed around to whoever and whatever with no precautions whatsoever. Who are the real abusers? This woman. This woman right there. She's it. She's it. Where's my finger? There we go. She's it. These people should be charged with child abuse.
Remained clinically well, and he remained clinically well when we saw him in clinic multiple times, including at 8 months when he was pulling to stand. But you can certainly subpoena a neurosurgeon to ask those questions.
Well, I can, but I'm asking you.
I know, and I've answered.
These are questions that you could have asked, right?
That's right, but we answer those questions even at 8 months.
And you chose not to.
We answer those questions at 8 months.
All right. Thank
What do
you.
you mean you?
You're
But
welcome.
you're not a specialist.
Miss Bernard.
You can't answer those questions. That was a slam dunk, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason Hood, slam dunk recross. It was brilliant. That was perfect. That was wonderful. Holy cow! We need to ring the bell on her.
Shame.
Did you hear her say, "You're welcome"?
Uh-huh.
Right?
What a twat.
All right, any other questions?
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. What a cunt. You may now go to your bingo cards and check off C word, because that's what I've decided. C word has been dropped.
A single one. Is your testimony
This is so good.
that when you observed and treated Jameson Timms that he was clinically well?
He was clinically well. Yes.
No further questions.
No further questions.
Anything else, Miss Fox?
Oh, I was going to call that
Anything
out
else,
too.
Mr. Hood?
What do you mean he was clinically well? I thought you said he was an abused child. So which one is it? A kid in danger needs to be taken away from his parents, or clinically well? Like these people.
Anything else, Miss Bernard?
That she remain on call, Your Honor, as we see which other witnesses the state chooses to bring before the jury.
Then
But she's
I would
shaking her head no.
excuse the witness for today. She can return to work. She would not be excused from her subpoena, however, and would be subject to recall. So with those instructions, Dr. Brown, you're free to go today.
All right. We did it. We got through Verena Brown's testimony. Now, does she come back?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No,
All
but
right,
you're
good to
gonna
know.
love the next one. You're
Who's
gonna
the
love-
next? Who's next?
It's Defax, Elizabeth Bono.
Ugh. She sounds terrible. All right. She already sounds terrible. All right. Guys, come back tomorrow, because tomorrow sometime between 9 and 9:30. I don't know. I was a little late today. I had to dry my hair. It was still wet,
It
so I
looks
needed
beautiful.
to dry it. Thank
It
you.
looks good.
Well, the deep conditioning treatment really helped. It really bounced up after that. And the braids, the protective braids that I did the other day, that helps. When your hair is feeling dry and terrible, don't force it. Just let it marinate in the conditioner for a while. I am tomorrow, we will be back here sometime between 9 and 9:30. Just watch for notifications. If you're not getting notifications from YouTube, definitely follow me for free, meganfox.locals.com. The only thing you have to pay for over there is taking part in the chat and the, hair talk. You can now check off hair talk. You can definitely check Locals, though, for notifications. I am putting them up there, and you will always get notifications for free if you sign up for them on Locals, and you don't have to pay for it. If you want to pay for it, it's only $5 a month, and you can take part in the live chats and also the other content that I put on there. I have been trying to get Brad and I need to get our schedules together so we can do a Locals only stream soon, because those are fun. We'll do another one of those financial dummy streams, which are hysterical.
Those.
I know, Caleb Hammer. Love him.
They're so
and
good.
I know they're so good, but I need Brad for that. And I know Brad's been busy but I got to get together with Brad and make a time to do that. All right, everybody. I'm going to go and defrost some chicken for some chicken enchiladas, because the chat gave me an idea. Somebody else is making chicken enchiladas. That's what I'm doing today.
I saw that too.
You guys go and have a wonderful rest of your day. Be back here tomorrow. Don't be late. As always, go follow You Are the Power. Jennifer Williams, thank you so much for being here. And Flux, House of Flux. Go subscribe. When's your next live stream, Flux?
Probably today at 1:30. That's typically when I've been going live.
Excellent. Okay, well, everybody go tune in and subscribe to House of Flux. I am going to wear this flower on my head for the rest of the day. Just saying.
It'll look good in the river scene, Megan.
Ooh,
yes.
I will wear it in our river dance. Don't forget to go and support. Don't forget to go and support the Timms using their GoFundMe link. The mods can drop that in there for you and get us closer to that river dance goal. All right, everybody, take care.
I was so lost, my world is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has voices, oh, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say. No, I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say goodbye. This time I know my road is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say. No, I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say goodbye.
So I take it that
Johnny's
you've seen
problem is he
Tamara
should have
John's
come
bedroom
storming
before.
in there with
Yeah.
a string of
Do you
garlic
recall what
and
he
some
went
holy
into,
water.
Mr. Judson,
And
as
a
far
cross,
as
a
bedroom
crucifix
goes?
one.
No.
May the
Do you
power of
recall,
Christ
or no,
compel you.
No, I don't.
You
Sure,
realized
Miss
his house
Hubbard,
was infested with
just up for
succubuses.
that,
And
there's a picture here with you of what it, yes. Do you recall what that was there when you arrived in the afternoon? I don't remember seeing it now. So while she
No wonder he said drown her before you burn her.
oh my god.
You-
Your next witness?
Now I know
Witness
why you wanted to drown her.
Iglesias, and that
Next
is
witness
also
lives in
by
Romania.
video.
Is that correct?
That begins with Miss Vaz.